Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Dal. Patch 10.15 is set to launch in just 2 days from making of this video, with the very next update of 10.17 rearing to go live for testing very soon. The content cycle of Dragonflight just continues at a breakneck pace, ensuring us that even more content is just over the horizon. While we don't have all of the details regarding the patch 10.17 just yet, we do know of a new pink system being added into World of Warcraft. Patch 10.17 could also be a pretty major update for rogue players, as the class is planned to get a pretty major rework sometime in the future. Besides this, patch 10.15 features even more gearing improvements, giving fresh new level 70 players even more catch-up opportunities, while reinforcing gear upgrades for players competing at the high level. So in today's video, I wanted to cover all of these most recent updates, but right before we get into this video, most of you guys watching these are still not subscribed. However, the more of you are mine, the more of you do, so let's keep it going. Subscribe to the channel and ring the bell if you're watching these videos anyway, especially if you want to get more regular content regarding all of the newest Dragonflight updates and changes going forward. The item upgrading system of crests and flight stones added for the patch 10.1 sees a bit of an upgrade heading into 10.15, as the entry level and end tier items can now be further improved. Time walking gear for 10.15 will become eligible for the upgrading system, allowing fresh alts as well as new and returning players that recently hit level 70 a new avenue of obtaining upgradable items. The base time walking dungeon gear is on the adventurer track, meaning that upgrading these items fully will allow them to reach item level of 411 maximum. Getting a full set of 411 time walking gear in every slot would set a new character with a much easier entry into group content, with the overall item level more than good enough to dive into the normal raids and mid-tier difficulty dungeons, which is a big gain for players looking to finally break into the endgame content of Dragonflight. And on the high end, we've noted early into the PTR cycles that a new upgrade track has been added for items of 441 quality and above, with this newest mythic upgrade track applying retroactively, meaning that if you have a character with a couple of 441 item level pieces, all of these items will be upgradable come patch 10.15. Items upgraded through this newest mythic track will cost aspect crests per rank of upgrade, so be sure to store up on some of the aspect crests ahead of time. The most common way of getting your hands on some of these mythic track items will come from the Aberrus raid on mythic difficulty, but dungeons can also offer an alternative route through the Great Vault system. Completing a plus 16 dungeon at a minimum will award you with gear of 441 quality from the Great Vault. Doing multiple plus 16 dungeons will award you with more vault slots, which can offer better options and a chance at some of your best pieces and items. Next, we have yet another class rework planned for a future Dragonflight update. During the development of this most recent 10.15, we've seen a ton of class changes, from the newest addition and implementation of the Augmentation Evoker playstyle, to numerous talent reworks and changes, specifically targeting the classes like mages, paladins, priests, and a handful of other PvP-specific changes included. The class of rogue was also mentioned during the initial rework blue post, but sadly saw very minimal changes throughout its development, and it has been recently confirmed that a rogue rework is coming sometime in the future, but it will not be available during the patch 10.15. The patch 10.17 is ready to hit the PTR realms, and if we still are following the same fast-paced content cycle cadence of Dragonflight, we could be seeing 10.15 head over to the PTR around the same time as 10.15 officially launches, meaning that we should be able to get a glimpse at a future incarnation of the stealthy rogue very soon. Even though I'm someone who loves indulging playing multiple characters, the rogue still remains my main so far for Dragonflight, with the 3 playstyles of Deadly Assassin, a Swashbuckling Brigand, or a Master of Shadows. All of them bring something exciting to the table. But all of them come with a handful of flaws as well, which I would love to see fixed in a future update. Assassination rogues are masters when it comes to single target encounters. Their ability to focus down and eliminate powerful raid bosses is quite legendary, though the spec sometimes suffers in AoE encounters. With the current talent setup, it is difficult to build for a playstyle that works both in AoE as well as in single target, as one of these aspects has to suffer to make up for the other. and I would like to see this spec gain a bit more flexibility specifically for Mythic Plus. The Outlaw is a powerful playstyle that lives and dies by the dice of fate, though the main RNG mechanic of this playstyle is what draws some people away, which I hope can get addressed in a future update. I would also love to see some of our longest major cooldowns become a little bit more powerful than they currently are, especially when it comes to content like PvP. Subtlety is an all-around great spec for the Season 2 of Dragonflight and currently performs well in a variety of endgame content, but the spec does suffer with the bloat of cooldowns, and for gameplay purposes I would love to see the number of CDs simply go down a tad, while keeping every major rogue ability feeling impactful and satisfying to use. And while we still don't have our hands on the patch 10.17 just yet, we did learn about a new feature set to arrive in this upcoming update. A ping style system is being introduced into World of Warcraft. In games besides Warcraft, a ping is a notification, usually somewhat visible to all other players, which allows you to communicate to your team quickly and efficiently. Very similar to the map markers that we already have today, although map markers are more static and you don't necessarily move them all that often. A ping will usually have an icon with a very specific message that appears there for a short amount of time and then disappears shortly. For instance, you will be able to communicate to your Mythic Plus group which target you should focus or interrupt within a dungeon pack. Or potentially, a healer could let the tank know whenever they are low on mana and may need to replenish it before the next pull. Ideally, in PvP, you will be able to signal to your allies which target you want to focus on and which one you want to crowd control, or if a healer needs to call for backup whenever they're being pressured by the enemy casters. Being able to communicate important information quickly and efficiently is the goal of this new ping system. On one hand, this system will likely improve group communication, especially if your current party isn't using voice comms such as Discord. And this ping system would be invaluable in content like solo queue arena mode, where communication can be integral to win most of your matches. But it could also lead to some of the less than desirable interactions. But I want to pass it off to you guys in the comments down below. What do you think about this feature coming to the future patch of Dragonflight? Would you prefer a ping system to be added for endgame content, or do you think it's an unnecessary addition and what we currently have serves a good enough purpose? Let me know all your thoughts in the comments down below. I want to thank all of you so much for watching this video and I hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. As per usual, if you guys enjoyed this video or found it informative, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I would very much appreciate it. And as always, in the description of every single video and live stream, we have a link to our Discord community channel. Probably the best place to reach out to me directly in case you want to let me know what you thought about this video or hang out with the rest of the community to discuss some of the upcoming changes. Join our Discord to become part of the community. But otherwise, thank you all so much for watching this video. I do hope you guys enjoyed. Let me know all of your thoughts down below. And as always, I'll see all of you guys in another video.